Previously on Common Sense for Relationship.
Culture and conviction. How honest should we be about our culture and conviction?
Are we becoming very modern that culture doesn't matter?
Do I really want this, or is this my culture that's making me want this?
If you go to a place, if they have a particular way they greet their king, a particular way they greet their elders, even if you are coming from the moon, learn it.
I don't understand why I will come to see you as a guy and your mom will be sleeping in the house and you are there. Please, what are your hands there for?
So when she gets to her own husband's house, is that how she's going to be talking to people? It doesn't make sense. I don't think it can happen under the heaven.
From the culture I come from, the Igbo culture, the man is supposed to be the Lord, not even the head.
Yes, something interesting.
Good evening and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships.
Welcome home.
Yes.
Welcome.
Today we had one of those, interesting hitches.
That
everything is working until it is time to start, and then some things just decide.
Those on air demons. They just come and they just decide that they are going to spoil your flow. So we have to start looking at looking for technical. It's village people. Have you seen? Have you seen that movie? Let me not just go there. # village people. Let me not go there because that movie.
Oh my goodness!
Didn't help anything.
So Debbie, you're with us. Thank you so much for joining us, and all our friends on Facebook, on YouTube. Thank you so much for being on the call. And we are really looking forward to some exciting discussion today. Today, right now, it's my husband and I here, but we have something special planned. So we're going to have a few more people coming on board as we go along, and this is going to be interesting. So we have gone through the honesty series, right?
Yeah.
And we've touched on different aspects, different things.
But before we go very far, right? I think you need to take time to specially greet the people in our normal common sense. We know today we started on a slow because it is because we are recovering from technical difficulties, So I think you should take time to greet the people and tell them in your normal way, welcome.
People will greet you. Oh yes. Yes, good evening and good morning and good afternoon and good whatever time it is that you're watching this. And welcome again to Common Sense for Relationships. On this channel, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and in your relationships. Yes, relationships are really important, and they feed into your life as a whole. If you think I can just be casual and careless about my relationships and everything will still be fine, just wait and see. But I would rather tell you not to wait to see. I would rather tell you to please don't go down that path, because the where it leads to is not a nice place at all. So I encourage you instead to pay attention, to be deliberate, to insist on knowing what you need to know to make sure that you have a smooth sail in your relationship.
And this week, we also wanted to say a big thank you to the person that won our giveaway last week. And also to tell everyone that this week's edition, we also have a giveaway for 5 people with the fastest fingers. So when that time comes, you'll know what to do when the time comes. But before we go there, we're going to do what's the word? How do you call it? 5 fastest fingers. Yes. So we'll do 5 fastest fingers, and it's going to come up at the midway through the session. And then we're going to have the 5 fastest fingers, and then we'll do the giveaway. But what are we talking about today?
So today is season finale. Isn't that what you said?
So our season finale was last week now.
So what is today?
Today is roundtable. Why are you doing like this now? See,
Oh my
Wallahi.
goodness. And it's there now. It's there. Roundtable edition. And you can see the people that we're inviting.
Yes.
Yes, you know, when we're going through the honesty series, we had some people who were very honest online. And we decided that we are going to ask them to come and be honest yet again so that we can address some very serious issues because we need honest feedback on those issues. Yes. So, do you want to introduce some of the people that are going to be with us today?
I actually would want to introduce them when they get backstage.
Okay.
Are they backstage yet? Give us, so maybe
as we go through.
Maybe as we go through, let's find out when
and
they join us. Yes. So once they're backstage, we will let you know. But here's some of the things that we went through during our honesty series. We spoke about honesty and honesty versus privacy. Yeah. So we spoke about that.
And it's a good time to encourage you if you're looking at some of these punchlines and you're like, what's really happening there? Then it means you need to go back.
You need to go and watch you need to go and watch it.
Episodes.
Yes, you need to go and watch it. So we spoke about honesty versus privacy. Yep. And then we also spoke about we said discernment is very important. That was during the honesty series. Yeah. We said discernment is very important. During that one of the episodes, we have 4 episodes in the honesty series. We also said timing is really very key. Don't leave it too late. Yeah. So you want to happen on that.
You know, where people say, I'll tell her. I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm just waiting for the right moment, you know, to share this news or to disclose this information, or you know, and then you now get to a point where the person finds out from a source other than you, and it becomes, so you withheld this from me. When were you planning to tell me? So if you lied about this, I know you say, I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you. But the person is saying, if you lied about this, then
what else could you be lying about?
What else do I not know? I mean, am I safe? Yes, how can I even trust you? And you know that drama is usually very interesting. Especially if the person was looking for an excuse to leave. That now becomes a very good opportunity for them to just, I was zeroing on this one and use it to just scatter this whole thing and walk away. So, yeah, the timing was really important. It's something that is really important. Okay.
We said vulnerability is also a matter to consider. And there we were talking about the fact that if you're going to be honest in any relationship, you just know that you're also going to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because, and that's why we talked about the issue of how at what point should you start saying some really serious stuff, really deep things. You know, because someone said, hey, if you tell someone something really sensitive, maybe something that could even implicate you, or maybe open you up to the possibility of something like a jail term. And then you tell somebody because you're in a relationship with them, and then the person walks out on the relationship and decides to spread the news. You could actually, so those are some of the issues, really vulnerable issues, right?
And then we also said that people in a relationship need to earn the right to a particular truth about your life. Yeah, they need to earn the right to truth.
So this right to truth was the issue that it's not everybody that needs to know everything, and they have to come close enough for you to begin to disclose certain things, right? I mean, even in the Bible, it talks about the secrets of the Lord and those who fear Him. It's not everybody that He goes and tells the secrets to. So even God knows that He shouldn't disclose everything to everybody. So how much more human beings? So yes, you should really be careful. Don't just blot it all out. Tell everyone. Once somebody walks into your life, you just start disclosing this, that. I'm telling you every single thing. No, you shouldn't do that.
Okay, so let me run through the other ones. We said personality matters in relationship. We said get down to the details and talk about how money will be managed. This one was on the money episode.
I see that we have Maiwa and Melody and Jimoski in the studio already.
Yes. So, but we're waiting for the crew to gather because we're going to bring everyone up on set and we're going to have these conversations. We're just going to talk. And if you have questions, you have contributions, please let them ring in the chat box.
Yes.
And please do make your just if you can't call in, if you can't type, if you can't call in, please type, right? And make your suggestions.
So today I think the focus should be on typing, because we have a couple of people who are going to be in the studio already with us. But if you have questions, anything you want, and this is open, the scope is just open. So any question you have, feel free to just type it in the chat, and we will try to get to it before 9 o'clock. Yes.
Yes. And then, so for this, as we proceed, please, these sessions, everybody is going to be on set, and we're just going to talk. It's no holds barred. We're just going to talk, as we always do on Common Sense for Relationship. Let me run through the rest. We said where culture is concerned, wisdom is necessary. We said you need to learn how to pick your battles. We also said culture in your home must acknowledge the changing times. We spoke about all of these things. We said,
interestingly, what we talked about when it comes to culture, we started that, that stuff that was going around, that was when it was just coming up, the issue of the lady who raised her leg for the mother
that was sweeping,
intended, right, to sweep under. I'm sure you've heard about that stuff now, and honestly, it was really interesting. Yes, so culture is one of the things we discussed. I really encourage you to go back and watch the preceding episodes if you haven't
seen it. Yeah. All right. So we have a number of people in the studio already, and we want to bring them in, right? So we'll be calling them in as they make themselves available. But before we bring them in, we want to share a video. We want to share a video that kind of highlights why we chose them. Now, in the last 4 weeks, when we had this honesty series, we had these guys come up, different people come up on the show, and they said certain things. But there were these guys that we had to bring on because of a number of things that they had to say. We had to find them and say, guys, we need to hear more about this. So take a listen.
We need to draw a line between honest and privacy.
Honesty it's standard. You're not supposed to lie, and some people might say but I think that happens at the point when you should have spoken, you did not.
Most of the stuff they said agree. The fact that you've killed someone else in your past, I think I should know as your partner, because
my money is not your money, but your money is my money.
From the culture I come from, the Igbo culture, Lord.
We need to draw a line between honest and privacy.
Honesty it's standard. You're not supposed to lie, and some people might say but I think that happens at the point when you should have spoken, you did not.
Most of the stuff they said agree. The fact that you've killed someone else in your past, I think I should know as your partner, because
my money is not your money, but your money is my money.
From the culture I come from, the Igbo culture, Lord.
All right. So we're going to bring in everyone that is on set right now. So let's see. We have Melody, we have Jimoski, we have Mayowa, we have Thelma, we have Ugochukwu. Right. How is this going to go today? Please, if you're there, just unmute your mic. We can hear you.
So Melody, please say hi to everyone. Just quickly say hi. You can.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
We love to hear your voice, beautiful voice. Thank you, Melody. Jimoski, are you in? Is all well audio in place?
Good evening. I think this is the setup, but no problem, Sha. Good evening.
You must see you're here. Good.
Ugo, are you there? Hello, say hello to the house, say hello to everyone.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Nice to be here as usual.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you so much, Ugo. Thelma, you all set?
Hi.
Audio working? Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
to be here.
Thank you. Yes. So do we have Maiwa? I can't forget you.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope you all are doing great.
Yes, we are. Fantastic, Maiwa. Good to hear your voice too. Okay, so I think I got all 5. Did I miss anyone?
No.
Okay, so how are we rolling with this?
Okay, so we actually just decided that there were some things that you said during the honesty series, and we thought, hey, this would be a good time to bring out all the protagonists and then have a one-on-one with them. And today, we want to kick off this week. I want to start from Oga Ugo. Oga Ugo said, in the Igbo culture, the man is the Lord, not just the head of the family. He's the Lord. And because of that, I want to bring him up to say, hey, Oga Ugo, can you tell us a bit more? He said, the man is the Lord, not the head. You have 2 minutes. Explain it to us. And then the ladies that are on set will have the chance to give us their perspective about that view. Yeah? So, Oga Ugo, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you once more. Nice to be here. Good evening to everybody.
Good evening.
Actually, when I said in the Igbo culture, the man is not just the head, but he is the Lord of the home. That's exactly what it is in the Igbo culture. And why is it like that? For instance, before the colonial masters come during the pre-colonial era, in Igbo culture, the man as the Lord of the house, what he provides is just means to an end. It's the family members that use that very means to get to that very end. For instance, what do I mean? The man owns a large farmland, he acquires it. This very farmland, he shares it to his wives and the children, provide them things like yam seedlings, seeds to go and plant. He supervises them and they plant all these things. During the time of harvest, he supervises the harvest. The man is like a supervisor. He supervises the harvest, and when they finish the harvesting, what the man does is that he sits like in the house. This wife will cook today, serve the man will eat. Another wife will cook tomorrow, serve the man will eat. Then, yes, that's the way it is. Then the man is the overall orga of his house. He doesn't need any person's opinion. He doesn't need the opinion of the wife. That's what it is. That was what it used to be, the original thing. He doesn't need the opinion of the wife. He lords over his house.
Household.
So whatever that he wants.
Okay, so Oga Ugo, right? But is that culture, is that position still maintained currently? Yeah, is that position still maintained till now?
No, because currently now, women have become working class ladies. Back then, it is not like that. The man is the one that does the outing to get the means to an end that he gives to the family to get to that very end. But this very time around now, it is no longer like that. The advent of Europeans destroyed a whole lot of things. Though currently till date, in some families, it is still like that. In some cultures in Igbo land, that is the way it is. Men are purely in charge of everything. But it's not something that is like general now. But in some places, in some families, that is just the way it is currently.
Okay, so let me ask someone else. Is there someone else? Is there any of the ladies on the panel that would like to take a swipe at this? Would you be happy with a man that is the Lord? He provides you everything. Anybody wants to take a swipe at this? Don't be shy on me now. Melody, Thelma.
Okay, I want to say something.
That's Thelma, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, Thelma, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Okay,
Good
I
evening.
think the last speaker was Go, right? That was his name.
Yes.
Honestly, I respect his point of view. You know, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but there's something he said that I want to say something contra. He said in the Igbo culture, my mom is actually Igbo, but my dad isn't. So I grew up in an Igbo land. From the very day I was born in an Igbo land, I grew up. Their culture is something that I grew up to live in. So telling me that, okay, maybe that was in the 19th century, but come on, we're in the 21st century. There is no family in an Igbo land currently now that the husband is a lord over the wife. This is not done again. Like, you can't lord over her. She's not a slave. Even the Bible said that you are the head. That is respectable. But saying that you are a lord over someone, saying that the person that is with you, you're married to, is actually your slave, because you don't give lordship to someone that is supposed to be your partner. You give lordship to someone that you bought, and the person is a slave. No, the word lordship is a very strong word to use when in terms of married couples. You don't use the word lord, because this person is, you didn't buy the person off the family. You married the person, and it's the person's choice to follow you to the house, like to follow you to your house. So don't, yes, it was her choice. Slaves don't actually have choice. They are under their masters. Wherever the master send them to go to, that's where they go to. So to say that you are a lord over somebody is saying that, okay, this person is my slave. That's just the thing.
Wow.
So
Okay. Sorry to stop you there, Thelma. It's just
So tell me what you said. Well, it just, this whole discussion reminds me of something I saw, I think 2 days ago. A lady gave an account of a relationship she was in, and 2 weeks in to the relationship, the guy tells her, "By the way, you are expected to call me Lord from now henceforth." You know, she thought he was joking, so she laughed, and then the guy said, "What are you laughing about?" As in, what's funny, right? So I was thinking that at that point she will end the relationship. You understand? But it seems that she continued because it now got to the point where she was in a shop or a restaurant or something, you know, with another friend, and the guy shows up and he's seriously trying to like create a scene, like, "How dare you," you know, and so on and so forth. Anyway, she was so afraid that her friend had to rescue her from the guy, and then she now broke up with him at that point. So you know, this is a place where, so I'm trying to tell you, this is a case where somebody's idea of lordship, right? He's looking at it like, I'm ruling over this person, I'm in control of this person. Person only does what I allowed them to do. And on this case, he didn't allow her, didn't even know she was going to have dinner or lunch or whatever with anybody else, you know. But when we talk about Lord, some people will be quick to remind us that, hey, Abraham was referred to as Lord by his wife, Sarah.
So, Babi, you know, in that place, that's where I want to carry one context to say, hey, is it really wrong for a man to expect to be served if he provides the money? He provides the money, he provides the wherewithal, he provides the comfort of the home, he provides everything that he needs in order for the home to run. Now, are you saying there are no women that will like to be taken care of by that kind of man, and all you have to do in return is to do what? Is to serve. Is to serve. Call him your Lord. I mean, I know these days we like things like sweetie, honey, but there are men that still like Lord, Daddy. So is there anything wrong with it? Melody, you want to take a
I'd
swing
like to
at this?
clarify something, please. If you can give me a minute,
Yes, please
I'd
go
like to
ahead.
clarify something.
1 minute.
Okay, please. In the first place, I will like to clarify something to Claribel, right?
Yes.
Claribel, the opinion I give is not my opinion. Let me place a disclaimer to that. I said that
No, it's not. Yes, it's not your opinion. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What it is supposed to be. That is what it is meant to be in Igbo culture, and that is what it is. Go and make your verification. That is what it is supposed to be. When we say that this is what it is supposed to be, that means that currently it is not what it is. But originally, that is the way it is supposed to be. But being the fact that currently it is not what it is, doesn't mean that even in Igbo land of today, there are no places such things are religiously followed. Places abound. There are several places that are like that. Do you understand? But currently, that's very culture. If you listen to me, I said during the pre-colonial era, before infiltration, before there was corruption into the culture, people's culture were corrupted by the European culture. Before that very corruption, that is how it was. A man is the lord of his house.
Thank you, Ugo. Thank you, Ugo. Listen, I want to take it up from that corruption point of view, because is it not possible? Is it not possible that even this same modernization that we are trying to say that the husband and the wife, they are equal rights, we are feminists, we are maninists or maleist, like female, male, maleist. So that isn't it possible that all this feminism thing that we are doing now is a corruption of our original culture because we are trying to pursue modernization? Is it not possible? And I was going to ask Melody if she wants to take a swing, from that place. How has modernization affected culture? Would you have a problem with a man who says, I'll provide everything, I just need you to take care of me and my kids, take care of the home, I will give it anything that you want to dream of, I will make it available, but you just take care of the home? Melody, are you in?
Okay. Yes, I am. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I would say that concerning this particular topic, one thing that is clear is that respect is important. And so
respect is important. Please, Melody, please speak up a bit.
Yes.
Speak up a bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So respect is important. And so we need to define it from both parties' point of view. So if the man sees it as important to call me Lord as a form of respect, then he should ask his wife what she feels respect is. So they meet at a middle ground. I would say personally, in this day and age, we still have people who are, would you say, homemakers. It's not undeniable. We are still having people who are like that, and it doesn't make them any less than the other people who go out to work. So it's very important to understand self-respect and also respect in terms of what your partner views it as. If you view respect as me saying daddy, sweetie, all of that, then okay. But the one of lordship, I believe.
So I'm coming. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you, Melody. So if the guy feels that his own respect is calling daddy, will you call him?
Yes, now why not?
Daddy, Okay.
No. If it's in a context of the way we're saying it, not daddy, my daddy, my father. That's
yes.
That's
We get you.
why I feel like the lordship part is a tad bit too much. You're not my Adonai. You are the head. You're not my Adonai. You're not my Lord. I'm not worshiping you. We're worshiping the Lord together. So people need to understand that saying I should call you Lord is a tad bit too much. I feel like it's a tad bit too much. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think well, just before we leave this particular part of it,
Mhm.
the context is always really interesting. If I want to look at some of the literature books I read back then, which were a depiction of what was going on, you would see that a number of times the wives were a lot younger than the husband. So I mean, just the age thing. Sometimes the person was old enough to be your father, you were third or fourth wife, and so on. So, but these days we tend to like marry closer to our age. Sometimes women even marry men that are younger, and in that case, the issue of those titles might become a problem. But mutual respect is really important in a marriage. Treat the other person with respect. Let them feel value, whether they are the man or the woman. Everybody needs to be treated with respect. And in secondary school, they'll tell us respect is reciprocal. You know, so I respect you, you respect me, everybody's happy. And really sit down and discuss. These are some of the things you should discuss before you get married. What is important to you? Do you need me to come and kneel down and serve you food and stay there until you are finished eating? Then I'll tell you, bros, it has been, this friendship is really good and it needs to continue for longer as just friendship.
Somebody say, if I call you
Nothing
Lord,
more.
say, if I call you Lord, make a bend.
It was Grace that made me laugh. She said, Lord of the Rings.
Well, please, let's take some comments. Peace says, no be small Lord, though. By the way, Peace, welcome on set. Peace won our giveaway last week. Yeah, Peace, welcome on set. He said, if I call you Lord, make a bend. Grace says, Lord of the Rings. Peter says, that's serious, so. Grace says, that's because women were oppressed. True.
Well, would you call it oppression?
It was the culture at that time.
Things are different
Things
now.
it was
The fact that things are the way they are now, when you look back, you may want to say, for example, that women were oppressed. But if you look at it then, some of those women needed those kinds of family setup, because they needed a man to provide, and their father could only take care of them for so long.
Yeah.
Right? So you move over to some guy who has a big farm, has enough resources to take care of himself and three other wives, and then you are the fourth, for instance. And you have a roof over your head. Your children are going to be cared for. You are part of the process to raise the funds to take care of everybody.
So Peace says, thank you. She's not a slave. She's not a slave of all things. Igbo people's culture will say that the wife has to kneel down to serve her hubby food and say, my Lord, and probably remain there till he finish eating. It's the culture.
One day I tried this. I served the food on the tree and I brought it to come and serve some people. And then I knelt down and said, my Lord.
It didn't go down well.
Your food instead of them to feel respected, they thought it was a comedy. You can never be too sure. This is when they come and kneel down. You need to know what's the angle. What's the angle? The angle of the kneeling down.
So what's going on there? The end game. What's the end game? Peace. Bow down and worship, Lords. Deborah said, that's been in serious bondage, Joe. Grace says, no be small. Okay. There's a lot of comments. Oh, hail my lordship. I cannot stop laughing.
Yes.
All right. Somebody said, nine. That's what they call Igbo. That's what they call
what does nine?
Our Father.
Oh,
in which case, and somebody said that's the first word of our Lord's Prayer, Our Father. So some men have earned the right to be called that. And we have trusted it. I'm just trying to rush through the comments. Emotional damage. Those men, how did they feel when a man married their daughters? She will call them. It's culture. Yeah. She will call them nine.
Okay. So.
All right. So.
Let's move.
Okay. So, Jimoski, we're coming to you. Right? There was a comment you made. You said, and I quote, says, my money is not my wife's money, but my wife's money is my money. Somebody's phone is ringing.
You
So
cannot speak. I guess you can.
you can mute, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So Jimoski, you say your money is not your wife's money, but your wife's money is your money. Please, in 2 minutes, can you elaborate on that? Because we didn't do that. It was a chair breaker and a table disfigurer in the day it happened. Jimoski, please, can you shed more light, and then we can take some responses and move on. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, guys. Good evening.
Good
All
evening.
right. The same. Thank God, this first question came out about the lordship. One thing I understand is that it seems that women nowadays don't want to be submitted to a man. I think that's one of the challenges we can look at. Yes, some don't want to be submitted. Some want to get into the marriage, and they want to become the man, the head in the marriage. So when someone say call me a lord, to them they see it as a slave. That's number one. I've seen a woman phone where she call her husband my master. It doesn't mean that maybe she's a slave under that woman. No, but I feel there's a relationship and understanding between both of them. Now, when I say my money is not her money, and what money is my money, she's my wife. I own her as a wife. So mean I own everything that belongs to her. It still doesn't mean that if she can't have her own money and do whatever she want to do. No, I don't need to have an ATM password. I don't need to have a bank account signature board. Whatever money she's making is my money. I have access over it. I have right over that money as a man. And we see there are some ladies these days in marriage, and they put a boundary between their money and the man money. Some they have money on them, and when there's an issue in the house, they are waiting for the man to stand up first to make a move. Why? They know that there's an issue in the house. So as a woman, if you are submitted to your husband, whatever belongs to you belongs to that man. And I still stand on my ground, and I'm still saying this thing. Whatever belongs to my wife, it belongs to me. I can choose to decide to share with whatever I have. It's not like she's my slave. It's not like she's my house girl or whatever. No, I still respect her as a wife. She's still my wife. I still love her. We are still staying together. But let you bear in your mind that I own her. I pay her bride price. I do what I need to do and doing her. So her money is my money. It's just like the same thing we are saying about lordship. Women should try to understand that they are the wife. They are the second hand in the house. They are not the first hand in the house. They want to be the first in the house, and that's where the problem is coming from. And if you look at a lot of Davos today, you find out that some people are just Davoting for some things that doesn't make sense at all. It's because the person that's supposed to have submitted refused at all to submit. She feels she's making her own money, so she can flex muscle in the house. She feels she's going out as well, bringing something to the table. She can flex his number. But like I said, if women decide to understand that they are the second hand in the house, I believe there will be peace and unity in every marriage, in every relationship. Thank you.
Okay. Jimoski, I need to take responses from Thelma and Melody. What do you guys have to say about this? Thelma and Melody, please. Melody, I heard that you are screaming. Are you screaming with a smile or screaming in silence?
I'm screaming because wow. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Melody.
Okay, so I would say that with this approach, I don't feel it's the best personally. I don't feel you should say that you own everything about her, all of that. She should support you, definitely. That one is a given. It's that we are a partnership, so it's not
okay. Sorry, Melody, your sound, Melody, your sound is not okay. Just try to fix it and then come back. Thelma, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thelma, are you there? Yeah, Thelma,
Yes,
go
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll take it off from where Melody stopped actually. It's quite funny though. Well, it's his own idea about marriage, but I don't think the phrase "I own her" is actually acceptable. Me, I wouldn't accept it. Before I met you, I was a human being. I had my life. Understand? I had plans. I had goals. So if you come to maybe pay my bride price, that does not mean you are buying me off my parents. It's actually it's it's kind of a commitment you do to say, okay, please give me your daughter. I will take care of her for a lifetime. You're not buying me. Understand? So to tell me that, okay, my finances is your finances, no, it isn't. I work my ass off for my money. It is my money. Your money is actually your money for your family. You are the head. So you saying that, okay, you own my finances is not actually true. We are partners, quite all right. Understand? My financial life is something we discuss about. Okay, but you don't have sole right over it. That's why when you want to get married, you marry a good partner, someone that is giving, that can give, that is loving, that is caring. Understand? You could be in financial trouble and come ask me for money. I will give it to you because I love you and I care about you, not because you own my money. It's a two different thing. You understand? So I don't like the idea that he said, okay, I own the money, whatever. But like Melody said earlier on, you guys have to come to a mutual point, see how you see respect to be. If it doesn't align with me personally, I'll hands off from the relationship because I can't serve somebody. No, I can't.
Okay,
Teba, sorry, I want to ask, do you have any issue for me to own your money as a husband? Do you have any issue with that?
Wow.
If I have any issue, you owning my money, if you're my husband, yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can't own my money.
Why? You are under my roof, you are my wife.
Damn, your wife doesn't mean you own me.
Who opened doors for you to go and work? What if I decide to don't work, stay at home, and I will take care of you? What if I decide that?
That's the thing. If I'm your wife, that's the discussion we have to have before I get married to you. I cannot marry a man and sit in the house personally.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Okay. I've decided I don't work again. I will give you whatever you want every month. Don't work again. Stay at home. I will give you whatever you want every month.
That's why you use potential of ladies. You understand? It's not about working. It's about discovering your potentials and things you could achieve. It's not about the money. It's about having a purpose in life. That I sit at home and you give me money, it does not fulfill my purpose as a human being. I didn't come here to sit in your house and eat every morning and take care of your kids. That is not my purpose. I have goals and I have to achieve them. So if I cannot marry someone that will support my dreams and purpose, I'd rather stay single. That is me.
Okay, please. I think at this point I have to pause and tell you, if you have not shared this link, it's burning up here. Please just go and start sharing now. Share this link.
Fire in the hole.
There's fire in the hole, and as if that is not enough, there's another angle to this thing. And Mayowa said, but the man and the woman both own each other. I am yours, you are mine. Mayowa, I care to shed more light to that point. Say the man and the woman both own each other. So is it possible that the woman say, I own the man? That doesn't sound quite right. It didn't sound well in my mind. But Mayowa, you want to explain? Mayowa.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm right here. I am having fun. I'm literally screaming and laughing. This is really interesting. I think everybody should share this. Everybody should learn from conversations like this. So in my opinion, or not even in my opinion, what I've come to know, as far as marriage is concerned, the husband owns the wife and the wife owns the husband. So saying it outrightly like that might seem really aggressive, right? There are calmer ways to go about having conversations like this. So Jimoski's way is literally pushing Thelma over the top. He's saying the truth, but the way he's putting it, I'm sure if Thelma was beside him, this would be a hotter conversation than it is right now. But the reality of marriage is, your money is my money is your money. Yes, you have your dreams and aspirations, but as far as you have come into marriage, there has to be a conversation about it. I don't think any man would be his goal in life for him to just lock up your dreams and just shut you down. I don't think any husband wants to do that. But like, if you're going to pursue your dreams, it has to be within the context of his rulership, of his lordship of that marriage. So there has to be a concession. I'm sure if we sit down and have healthy conversations.
Before you go very far, somebody says, Mayowa, you are wrong. My hobby doesn't own me. Neither do I own him. So I think they think you need to put more light on this ownership of a partner. Do you understand? This ownership thing. You need to put a
Okay,
bit more context.
Maybe we should remove the ownership. I am yours,
Okay.
you are mine. If I put it that way,
What does that
everybody
mean?
can easily accept it.
I am yours, you are mine. What does that mean?
Pastor, leave the meaning. This is human. We are dealing with human beings here. You just give them the paracetamol and swallow it. Most times, if you give the paracetamol like that, they don't want to take. What you take, put it inside food. Nobody will notice that you are swallowing a very hard pill. That's just the reality. If it offends you because in terms of English, saying I am yours and your man seems like so necessarily
you're breaking up.
The two are coming one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So Maiwa, thanks a lot for thanks a lot for sharing.
Can I say something about this?
Yes, we'll go in just a minute. But what I just want to tell everybody, especially those who are not married yet, you see why we say the best thing to do with your mouth in a relationship is to talk, ask questions, make sure you get answers. Imagine now that somebody like Thelma goes and marries somebody like Jumoski without asking what he thinks about her money. Then it's after the wedding that the guy will come and clear his throat and say, "My darling Thelma, behold, from now on you shall be a housewife," for instance, or from now on go with your master's degree and whatever it is that you have, PhD, and all that money that is maybe 5 times or 10 times what I'm earning, but it all belongs to me. Submit it at my feet, and I'll tell you what to do with it.
Baby, see, listen, our comments are going off the hook. People have different positions on this. Let me take Henry. Henry says, so I think somewhere in First Peter, preach, brother. It says Sarah referred to Abraham as her Lord. In our society and our age, saying Lord to your husband may not be totally wrong. It may not be totally wrong. Thank you, bros. You are speaking very well. Peace is saying a lot to Peace. Maybe you want to come on the show. Please, you can share the link for Peace. Maybe she wants to come on the show. She says the fact that you're married to her doesn't mean you own her. I always argue this. Henry says, since the man has been placed as the head, then that means he is her Lord. The context of his lordship is in respect to him being her master. It's biblical.
Me, So my Lord Jesus Christ.
You want to go there?
Wait.
You want to go there?
In fact, let me say it how they put it in a lot of places in the Bible. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
You are going there.
Oh yes.
You are going there.
Hallelujah. I was bought with the blood of Jesus, not with a bride price. Bride price is a token just to show something.
Baby, you are going there. Just wait.
What?
You are going there. Don't go there.
So you see, I can respect you absolutely.
Baby, that's you.
Wait. I'm just speaking from the position of trying to clarify something. As a wife, I can respect my husband absolutely. I can defer to him on a lot of things. I can seek his counsel, his advice on stuff. I can stand down on certain things I want to do because he advises that I shouldn't, or he says, hold on, wait, let's do it later, or let's do it this other way. I can actually do that, right? But it doesn't mean that, in quotes, he owns me and he is my Lord.
So, but see, where the problem is coming, where the problem is coming, where the problem is coming is the context of the word Lord. I don't want to preach. I want to go Greek. I want to go Greek on them and then go Hebrew on them. No, but let me leave that. I will when we are doing our teaching sessions, and that's true. If you would like us to do teaching sessions on things like this, because the Lord has different meanings and different contexts in which the scripture uses it. But I like something that Peace said: whatever I have doesn't belong to you; it belongs to me. Then I can decide to share with you if I want to. Same way, I don't believe my husband's money belongs to me. More reason I have my money. Henry Abia, calling your husband Lord doesn't mean you're a slave to him. Thank you. It shows honor, yes, respect, and acknowledging that the fact that he's the head over you as a woman. And I'm going to ask the women here, clear question. Do you have a problem with a man being seen as head over you? Yes. I'm asked that question, and I will give you time to respond. Let me just run through the comments.
I'm still standing by. I want to make contribution on
I know. I know, Ugo. We're coming to you. After you, then we'll get the response from the name. God bless you, Melody. I work for my money, it belongs to me. I can decide to share if I want. Faith Patrick says, I don't see how calling my husband Lord shows respect. He says, I can call him Lord and still be cursing him. Like, your head is not correct, my Lord. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. He said, is he saying that a woman will go to work and by the end of the month we say that the money I will be paid belongs to you? Shit, make a shout. My village people go run them for you. Mary Mosu says, are you guys fighting? I think the forum is to share ideas. Oh, sure, they are sharing ideas. Sometimes it's just very heated, but it's opinions and it's fine. I don't want to call names, but Moonback, a celebrity, was calling her husband on social media, and on social media for him to return her money after they separated. That requires this thing. Peace is taking this thing personal. Peace, be calming down. He says, so after schooling, national diploma, university degree, I even add master's degree on top, come join PhD. I will now marry you. You will not say I shouldn't put it to practice. What your eyes will see. I hear you, Peace. I hear you loud and clear. Oh my goodness. Leslie Peter said, I think he's saying that from the popular women phrase, my husband money is our money. Yes, that's what started the discussion.
That's the matter we're trying to settle.
You know, he says, but you know, men these days misuse the power given to them, all in the name of the man is the head of the family. Men misuse the power. Yes, that's true. That's true.
You know, so we just cut in. I was just listening to something some time back where Mas Moreau was saying that the family is like a business. The husband is the president, the wife is the vice president, the children are members of the board, and so on. You know, and if you look at it from the corporate setting, you know, sometimes the president presides, he oversees what's going on in the business, in the corporation, right? He doesn't necessarily own and control. He's not twisting everybody. People have the opportunity to use their brains, use their initiative, contribute, right? Everybody's working together towards a common goal. And that's one vision, strategy that I like, where everybody's working together towards a common goal. It's a team effort compared to this whole thing of one person calling all the shots and others are just supposed to say, yes, boss.
Yes,
sir.
But
Yes,
Bobby, I would be careful to tell you. That I don't think some women will mind. Ugo, you have the floor.
Yes, some will not mind.
Ugo, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let me make a contribution on this very issue. In the first place,
yes,
in most families where you have this very case of a woman saying, my money is my money, I cannot submit my money to my husband, it's where a woman makes more money than the man. That's where you see this type of thing. In a family where the man brings in the bulk, what will you be talking about? How will you be asking about your wife's money, whether she brings or not? In fact, the way it is supposed to be, the man is supposed to fend for the family. If your wife is willing to bring her money to me, it's good. If she feels like keeping her money, that's her business. As far as you are okay as a man and you are making the money that you're supposed to make, and the money is enough for the family. Then, secondly, there is one thing people don't take into cognizance. Sometimes people want what happened in heaven to happen in hell. It is not possible. Hell has its culture. Heaven has its culture. Do you understand? For instance, in this part of the world, people marry. A man goes to the house of a lady, pays the bride price, do everything, and marry the lady and brings the lady home. In India, it is the other way. The man follows the lady to her home. But if you say that here now, people will shout. Culture is very dynamic and culture is there. In the first place, there's one thing I'm going to advise ladies. Any culture that you know that you don't want, any culture that you know that
Yeah,
you don't
very
want to
true.
know anything about that very culture, don't go and get yourself involved in that culture. When I was serving in Yoruba, in Ife, I was told in certain place that when a man wants to come and marry, you will come and prostrate to your in-laws. You will lie down. But in Igbo land, you don't tell a man to do that. Do you understand? But Igbo people
Yeah.
that go there to marry, if you want to marry there, you go there, you do what they ask you to do. I have heard that in Yoruba culture, there's a family part of the Yoruba in Ekiti. When you enter there, every person in that very family will tell you what you are going to address them as, and that is what you are going to be calling them as a wife. If you know that that is their culture, if you don't want to do it, don't go and get married there, otherwise you'll be causing problems. There are, the sky is too large for two beds to collide. Do you understand? So the money of the family is something that people should have understanding about. If your husband is not wasteful, why wouldn't you commit your money to him? If your wife is not wasteful, why wouldn't you? There are some men, what they do is to go out and make money. How that money is spent, they don't even know. It's the wife that spends the money. So all these fuse that we make about nothing, I say it's a fuse about nothing. Whether you make your money, the man make the money, it's a family. The money belongs to both of you. I know of families that when the woman makes her salary, she submits it directly to the man. But as I am, if my wife makes my
I know
salary,
of families that when they
That's a very good wife. Well done. That's a very good wife. Submission.
yeah, when my wife, when my wife gets her salary, he actually does bring to me and say that the money. I will tell her to keep it. Do you understand? I will tell her to keep it. We will spend it together as we are spending my own. So that is just that. So this very mentality of it is my money. I will not submit this. Marriage is total submission. That is what the Bible says.
Thank you. Thank you very
Total
much, Ugo.
submission.
So,
You submit everything.
thanks
You
a
submit
lot,
your
Ugo.
body. You submit your money. You submit everything. You submit your breath. You submit your breath.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
So
you.
I think the most interesting thing that I am looking at right now is Grace's comment. She said, "We must settle this matter." you skipped it. It's on top.
Oh,
She
okay.
said, "We must settle. We must settle this. If this show ends today, I fit boil them."
with this temperature. Oh my goodness, Grace, please don't boil yam, don't boil yam. Okay, so it really is interesting. It really is interesting. We have there's just one more question before we ask that question. We're going to do. We said we're going to do giveaway for 5 fastest fingers, and this week we're giving away 2K data. 2K data to the 5 fastest fingers. Before we ask the last question on the show, 2K data to 5 fastest fingers. And in order to get that, you just need to click the link that has just been sent right now. And in the next 1 minute, the 5 fastest fingers are going to get 2K airtime so that you can continue to be on our show. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate the fact that you take the time, you take the data to just, be on the show. And we appreciate that. Melody, you are screaming. Melody, you want to tell us why you are screaming?
Why is she still screaming?
Just screaming.
Melody,
Oh
tell
my
us why you are
goodness.
screaming.
Okay. Can we hear me? I just want to be sure I'm clear.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I would say that really listening to everyone speak has made me look at it in different lights. Not that I'm changing my mind on my original position. It's just making me see things clear. So I would
Yeah.
say that this issue of my money and my money, I see it as our money. I see it as our money. The reason why I'm saying this is because if the foundation really is Christ, then you know that whatever money you're making is not even for you. It's not for you. So I believe this so strongly because I don't think that you can move forward saying that when I'm in need, like as your wife, when you're in need rather, and I'm your wife, that is when I'm supposed to give you money to do certain things. For me, I believe when you come into a marriage, it's a partnership. What can you
Mm.
afford to pay for? What can I afford to pay
Mm.
for? And I say this
Mm.
because if I don't see a physical example, I won't say that it doesn't work. So my parents do that. Like my dad buys groceries till this very day. My dad buys groceries to tell you that he does not do. It's never a thing of I'm the head. Yeah, he's the head. That's fine, but it's something he has felt he can do, so he does it. My mom has to go to the market. When was the last time she even went? That's how serious it is. Because it's like, it's a partnership. What I can bring, I bring. What you can bring, you bring. And then we use it
Mm.
as our money. You hear people in church say, we are donating. They not say my husband. They never said my wife. They said this is what we put together and we are donating. So it's
Mhm.
extremely important to understand that you are a steward. The money, even if you want to say, okay, there are obviously marriages that are not centered on Christ, and marriages that are working, that they did not come together because of Jesus Christ, that we know of. And we know that the reason why most of them still work or we see them as good is because they also understand that ideology that it is us against the world, not me and not you.
Mm.
It is both
Mm.
of us.
Thank you, Melody.
So it's extremely important. Yes.
Thank you so much, Melody. Well said. It's interesting that just in having the discussion, right, you can get to hear so many other points of view, right, and have a bigger picture at the end of the day. And that's what's really important because I mean, sometimes it's easy to judge somebody else or say your way is wrong, my way
Ways
is right,
right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But you see that when the context is different, so many things that you may call wrong may just be ideal for another setup or
So
another family.
I have a question. I have a question to ask the lady.
Okay.
My question is that a woman will submit her body peacefully, but why is she having issues submitting her money?
Sorry. I need to. I need to
Jumoski,
leave this.
Jumoski.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Me,
Okay,
I
so
also have, I also have a comment.
I can't even begin to deal. Thelma, please, can you help out? Grace, Peace, can you guys help out? Please, can you guys help out? I need a woman to solve this problem for Jimoski. Just give him an answer. Faith, I'm calling all the ladies on the show. Grace, Peace, Thelma, Melody, you just spoke. I don't know if you have an answer, but Thelma, if you're there, please can you just speak up? I would like to hear your point of view.
So peace is helping written.
Hello,
Peace
everybody.
wrote
Can you
something.
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. It's actually very funny. Oh my God. See, I agree totally with Melody. This issue about money is not supposed to be a problem. Like, we are two of us are like partners. Understand? Also, that's why people say marry your friend. Marry someone that you can actually relate well with in all ramifications. It's not something that you generate issues where there isn't. Okay, like you said, there are ladies, don't generalize actually. There are some ladies that they don't really like the sexual part of their marriage actually. They're not submissive in that aspect. Honestly
not
speaking,
submissive.
that's why there are problems in marriage. You see a married man saying that my wife is always telling me I'm tired and that's why I'm cheating on her. You understand? You see, this marriage of a thing is basically understanding, commitment, two people trying to make something work. Understand? So it's not one-sided, okay? So it's just about understanding between the two partners in trying to make that. That's just all I have to say about this because it's very funny.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have response. So I have response. So
My wife.
Maya, you have the response.
Maya,
You want to speak for women?
I will speak for the
let the
women.
women speak. Oh, let the women speak. On that said.
I have 4 sisters, so I can tell you.
Go ahead, Maiwa.
So, like, I think it's from upbringing, right? Women have just been conditioned to just calculate that when they get to marriage like this, their husband will provide everything for them. So some women will sooner die than give you that money. So I think it's just conditioning. People have been conditioned to just feel that, man, when you just marry like this, your husband will take care of everything, school fees, feeding, trip to the Bahamas, you know. So ladies just
People
go
that
into
want to
marriage.
be head now.
You want to go there? You are still going there.
Another thing is in this case of career.
Mm.
This case of career, like women either choosing to be stay-at-home moms or women that are like in the professional world. So I think it's as long as the human nature is concerned, people are insatiable. So you can even see a lady that her husband has given her like the full right, you know, or just go out there and be everything you want to become. And then they go to work and there's one very terrible day and they're like, why can't my husband just provide everything I need so I don't have to do this miserable work and feel like this? Like, especially if it is that month where everything is really tight. Or a woman that her husband has decided that, okay, you know what, I'm going to take care of everything you need. You don't have to work. And then they are home and it's maybe one boring day, or their husband says something bad to them on that particular day. And like, if I was earning my money, this won't be happening. So I think like both sides of the coin is just a flip side. Human beings are insatiable. So even if you give them everything they want, they will still find somewhere to just complain, okay, this would be better if I had done it this way. This would be better if I had done it that way. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
So one, like, decide what you decide. Choose your pain or choose your joy.
Choose your heart.
Choose exactly.
Choose your heart.
Choose though, and to help you in choosing, discuss before the point where you say I do.
So
that there won't be trouble.
So that there won't be trouble.
Yes.
Please, these conversations are very critical. We actually wanted to take one more, but it just this Jamuski's question just took us around a bend.
Yes.
Why can women submit their body but they cannot submit their money?
Somebody saying because most men spend recklessly. Oh, that's
that's not.
Don't say most. You can say some. I mean, it's never absolute.
I think men spend where they have an interest or where they have an investment. So it may not be reckless. It may be reckless to you because you don't consider what the investment is. But men spend where they have an investment. Think about it. Think about it. And Henry says there's always a middle ground when it comes to marriage. Everyone shares everything. The two becomes one. Henry, I'm loving you today. I'm loving you today.
Henry, what happened? You moved.
Peace says, why would she submit her money peacefully? And yeah, peace. It's the same man. You say it's the same man that will complain if you don't give your body. You know, I think that we should do an episode on Jimothy's question. Well, but we should do an episode on marriage as an institution of compromise. Marriage on an institution of compromise. Yeah. We have put the link. We'll put the link for the 5 fastest fingers. You can do that before we close the show, and just put your email. Tell us what you think. Should we do on marriage as an institution of compromise, or tell us something you want us to talk about? You know, through the link. The five earliest responses will be our winners for giveaway. We would like to thank everyone that was on the show with us today. Ugo, Mayowa, Telma, Jimoski, Melody. Grace, be calming down now. Don't go and boil yam. Grace said, if I marry Jimoski, I go carry long spoon. Long spoon. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I think in all that we have said, you can see how diverse people's points of view are, opinions, realities, preferences, and so on. And when that scripture says, can two work together, right? Except they be agreed. So if you cannot agree, working together will be really difficult. And for you to, as much as possible, reduce the wahala in your future, especially if that future includes marriage, then please, when you are looking at or considering someone for marriage, take the time to address these issues. Get to the bottom of the matter. Find out. So if you hold a strong opinion on something, please check that that person agrees with you, and that their own position is not on the other side, in which case people will just be at loggerheads, fighting and complaining and arguing, and each person trying to force the other person to change and so on. That's not what you want. That's not what anybody wants.
Closing words from Ugo. He says some should take note that anything you don't want to do, there are thousands out there ready to do just that and more.
Exactly.
We really should have this.
Because remember when we were talking in the previous episode, we said that there are actually some women who will be pleased, relieved to find a man who will say, you know what, just sit at home and be pretty. I will sort out everything. And and my advice to those women would be, just tell him while he's sorting out everything, he should set up a trust, something that if anything happens, you're still sorted, and so on. Yeah.
All right, so we have to close. We have to go. We have to run. It has been quite a show. That has been quite a session. We thank everyone that came on the show with us, and everyone that won a giveaway. You will get your alert. So please, when you do get it, come back to this channel and just leave us a comment to let us know you did get it. Come back on this channel, let us know you did get it. Leave a comment, and also leave us a comment of some topics you would want us to tackle. Like, tell us, would you want us to talk about marriage as an institution of compromise? That also might be a series, but just tell us what you think. We always love to hear from you. We always love to read from you. We always love to hear from you. We have to go now.
Let's read that last one.
Please says, see, my hubby will be so lucky because there are little things I will request from him. I have my money, so when I spend, I know I work for it. Not me collecting another person's money and be scared of spending it.
All right, guys. Good night. Thank you.
We
so
have
much
to
for
go,
being
and you have to do your tagline now.
And remember,
common sense
is not
so
common.
Bam. Bye.
Bye, guys.